Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Ike's Tech Talk weekly live stream. Y'all know how it goes down on a Thursday night with your boy Ike. What's going on, y'all? Hope everything is good out there with everyone. Almost there. Friday is tomorrow, right around the corner. I know I'm always happy for the weekend. I'm sure y'all are too. Sorry about the late start. Daddy mode had to engage, so had to help the missus out with taking care of the little ones and getting them ready for bed. My daughter's school is doing this kind of like a trick or treat type of thing for the kids. So she took my youngest and my daughter to go have a good time, so I could kind of stay home and hang out or whatever the case may be. So they just made it back. Everybody's good. Finally got the kids to sleep. So ready to chill with y'all, man. So let's go ahead and get through this roll call because, like I said, we did start a little late. So I want to get right into it. I don't want to waste any time. Jason C was here first. He hit us with the "What's good, Ike? Hope you and the fam are well." Thank you, Jason C. Hope everything is good with you on that end. Brad is in the building. What's up, homie? He said Ike Ice. What's up, He might have meant to say Ike. Hey, El Jefe, what's going on, homie? Hope everything is good with you as well, big dude. Umar, what's up, Hope everything is good with you. Got Brian in the building. Yo, what's going on, man? Hope everything is good with you as well. The mod extraordinaire, Barry Johnson, is in the building, gracing us with his presence, man. What's going on, Barry? Hope everything is good with you, sir. Hey, I see LaShawn, aka supporter of Aunt Hazel, in the building. He said, hey, editing in the background. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you coming through, homie. Hey, JoJo made it out. Hello. Hope everything is good with you. What's up? Jason said, don't lie, LaShawn. We know you playing with that white stone tanning bed. Stop it. Hey, Louie, what's going on, man? Hope everything is good with you. He said, what up, family? Hope all is well with you guys. All is well on this end. Hope everything is well with you. JoJo, you already know. Yeah, daddy duty trumps everything. So the kiddos need me. I got to stop what I'm doing, and I'm all there. So 100%. Johan made it in. He said, yo, what's up, Johan? Hope everything's good with you, dog. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's see. Move this around, move that around. All right, so got a couple articles, some things that I am truly excited for. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Let me make sure that this is going to show the right screen. It does. Yo, Aditya, what's up? Hope everything is good with you, man. Thanks for coming through and joining us this evening. So let's go ahead and get right into it. No, the title does not deceive you. No, this is not some rumor or anything. Apple has finally made it official and finally announced that they will be moving to USB-C. Thank the Lord. This is almost as good as Sony finally adding a multi-point on the WFXM4s. It's just been a good week for me in tech, man. Everything I could possibly want seems to be happening, right? Samsung's doing good with the One UI 5 update. I do have that installed. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Apple's coming through, throwing in USB-C on the iPhone, man. Oh, Brad, trust me. I know they had no choice, dude. But you got to take the win if you can get it, right? So Apple's coming in, throwing in USB-C on the iPhone, man. So I am truly happy. I'm not going to lie. I am going to get a 14 Pro Max at some point. Kind of the final form of my custom, and I call it custom just because I got things from different manufacturers, but my custom ecosystem, I should say, is going to be Pixel 7 Pro in one pocket, 14 Pro Max in another pocket. So I did go ahead and order that. I'm not sure when it's set to come in. I think it's set to come in tomorrow, or something. So like I said, I'm not going to make a huge deal out of it. In all honesty, I'm not even going to really shoot an unboxing video for it because you're not really getting anything in the box anyway. But it'll be nice to have the latest, the latest and greatest from Apple in the house, as well as the latest and greatest from everybody else. So definitely excited about that, and to be back carrying, a dedicated iOS device with me regularly. For those who've been long time, subscribers in Livestream, audience, members and things like that. You guys will know I was primary all in on Apple, iOS, the entire Apple ecosystem. And I mean, I honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and be one of those like I switch. Like, no, I always still have Apple products that I use. My main laptop of choice will always be a MacBook. I generally prefer Mac OS to Windows. I love my AirPods Maxes. iPad didn't really get a whole lot of use. I love the Apple Watch. Apple Watch is still one of, if not my favorite smartwatch. I'm saying that ever so cautiously because I really like the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro and I really like the Pixel Watch. So, in all honesty, my usage with smartwatches is super simple anyway. So I could kind of put them all on my Mount Rushmore. I'm cool with that. But yeah, so it'll be nice to go ahead and pick one of those up and kind of see what I've been missing, see what's going on. From a lot of people that I'm hearing, a lot of the bugs have been squashed. So that is good. That's pretty much what I was waiting for. I didn't want to buy a new phone and have a bunch of bugs and issues or anything like that out the gate. So kind of just held off a little bit. Plus, when it first came out, I wasn't in a position to be able to pre-order. So held out for a little bit, kind of saw what's going on. Now the hype is finally down off of it. Now I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and dive in and see what's up. So that should be fun. But let's go ahead and get into what you guys are talking about there in the chat, and then we'll tackle this article right here, or this article right here. There we go. Johan said they got to cave in. Facts. Barry said game changer. Thank you, Apple. Absolutely, Barry. You got all of this crazy great ProRes video that you're now going to be able to transfer to your PC a lot faster. I'm honestly hoping that we still see them improve airdrop speeds though. Like I definitely don't want to see them, get complacent with airdrop. No, give us the next level of airdrop. So those who want to go wired, they can use USB-C. For those who want to go wireless, they can use airdrop. So I'd like to see them, increase both or do better with both. Brad said because they had no choice, 100%. And I think even, Waz right here, or Jaws, my bad, not Waz, Jaws, even said, obviously we'll have to comply with the EU's new USB-C rules while criticizing them for e-waste implications and inconveniencing customers. This is what he said. I agree with him. Everything here and right there is where it kind of ends for me. I don't think we have to worry about inconveniencing customers, and e-waste when it comes from these big tech companies is an absolute joke in my opinion. So it is what it is. Hey, Ace is in the building. What's going on, Ace? Hope everything is good with you. I think you have a 14 Pro or 14 Pro Max, right? How's your experience been, Ace? Jason C said, just wait until Apple says USB-C is exclusive to the EU. Jason C, if they do that, we riot. I'm letting you know right now. If they do that, we riot. I don't know what the import looks like on one, but I will try to see if I can import one in because I don't necessarily care about USB-C because I'm not shooting a lot of ProRes and stuff like that. Where it's a big deal for me is the charging aspect. Like once they switch to USB-C on say like AirPods Max and the iPhone, I'll literally be able to take a trip and bring one charger. I have a 120 watt fast charger. I can literally bring one charger and charge all my stuff. I can charge my Pixel. I can charge my Pixel Buds. I'll be able to charge my AirPod Maxes. I'll be able to charge my iPhone, my Pixel phone. I said that. My tablet, my laptop. Like I'll be able to charge everything. One charger for travel. That is my dream, man. That is my dream. Louis said, Ike, I bit the bullet. Got the Apple Watch Ultra. Got an amazing deal with the 14 Pro Max. Enjoying it so far. That's what's up, dude. Nice. Apple Watch Ultra, man. If I finish building out my ecosystem and I'm like really, really liking it and really, really in it, I might go ahead and take a look and see what the Apple Watch Ultra is about. In all honesty, I'm just afraid it might look a little bit too big on my wrist. Y'all know my wrists are rather small, so we'll see. Brian said, I'm still waiting on the update for my Fold 4. Yeah, One UI 5 I don't think has rolled out stable for folds yet at all. I know there is a beta, but the beta only seems to be for unlocked Z folds. I haven't been able to get it on my T-Mobile fold, so not sure. Jojo said, I can't roll like you guys with two phones, one in each pocket. Women's pants. Oh yeah, don't have pockets. Facts. That's funny. Hey, Brad said, I couldn't resist that dynamic party. I mean, I've said it from the beginning, man. I'm a fan of dynamic. I think it looks dope. I am kind of worried about smudges on my front-facing camera, but, if I gotta just brush it off real quick, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm a fan of the dynamic eye. I also like the always on display too. It's really starting to grow on me. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it's better than what Android is doing. I think that that's totally subjective. In all honesty, for me, I like the Apple approach from for like an aesthetic appearance. But I still think from a functionality and efficiency standpoint, there's a reason why every other manufacturer does it the way that they do it. So it's like one of those things you got to know going in, it's going to hit your battery. And for me, I carry, I'm going to carry 2 phones. I'm not too worried about going through that entire battery in a day. Again, bro, like I said, I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. LaShawn said I will have the watch ultra. Maybe 800 is a tough pill to swallow for me right now, and I don't think anybody's offering like a good enough trade in for me to like trade something in for it. Because that's generally how I afford new tech. Like I'm always trading something in to get the newer model. I rarely buy something completely out of pocket. The only phones that I can remember in like the last year that I've bought completely out of pocket were the Xiaomi 12s Ultra and the Pixel 6 Pro last year. Obviously, this year I'm a part of Team Pixel. I didn't have to pay out of pocket for it. But even if I did, I would have traded in my 6 Pro. So trade-ins is pretty much the way I eat when it comes to this tech stuff, man. Coming soon to Thursday nights. Dynamic Ike. You already know. You already know. The only customers that are inconveniencing are shareholders. There you go. There you go. Hey, she said 14 Pro Max. Been cool. Not sure if I care for the dynamic island. Seems more intrusive. However, 2000 nits of brightness, game changer. That's what's up, Ace. That's what I'm looking forward to as well. Because I'm also hearing a lot of people that have them in the sun, and they're saying it's not, like that screen isn't dimming nearly as much as the 13 Pro and the 12 Pro did. So that is dope, dude. Looking forward to testing that out. I think the dynamic island, what gets me, and y'all know it, I'm an animation guy. I love when software looks fluid and it moves all nice and cool looking. I like that. So something like Dynamic Island, like I remember when they showed it off and I was in a group chat on Twitter with a couple of friends and we were just nerding out about it. Like, yo, that is fire. Is it the most functional piece of software? Probably not, but I definitely see it as like something that they're going to continue to build upon, not something that's the final form. I think at some point we'll start to see notifications, like all notifications, come through the dynamic island, which, like I said, for those who feel like it's intrusive and it's kind of butting in, I totally get that. I think for me, I'm just a sucker for some dope UI, and that is a dope, clean looking UI. I think everybody can agree with that. Yeah, I know. Slang hates the dynamic island. He hates it with a passion. And like I can see from his perspective, because a lot of what he talks about with it is because of how far it cuts into your video. Like I totally get where he's coming from with that. Now, honestly, content consumption will probably be done on the Pixel 7 Pro anyway, just because it's a pinhole over a full pill cutout. I'd take the pinhole any day. So hopefully, man, at some point we'll be able to see them put the sensors under the display and just leave one pinhole cutout like what Android manufacturers are doing, and Dynamic Island could still work. It would just be a smaller pinhole is all. 14 Pro Max, indirect sunlight is great and it doesn't get as warm. Perfect. That's what's up. That's what's up, Ace. Love it. Love it. Dynamic Island has been nice because when I'm on a call, it's nice to go into another app and easily tap on the island to go back to the call or change to and from speakerphone. That's what I like about it, MPT. Like it offers you a lot of like little contextual based menus and settings and things. And I feel like when and if app developers really take advantage of it, it'll be a dope piece of tech, man. The island needs more stuff to interact with, I'm sure, with updates. Yeah, exactly, Louis. I think that this is like the first form of it. Oh, wow. Twitter Spaces and other apps are already taking advantage of the dynamic island. The Twitter Space one, that sounds fire. I really like that. Like if you kind of press and hold and you get all of like your mute button and like maybe like a little preview of the space, that would be pretty fire, dog. I really want to see how that looks. I can't wait. Aditya said Dynamic Island is my nemesis. That's funny. I love Dynamic Island because without it, we wouldn't have Trent's memes. Facts. Trent is killing Vipe with the memes, bro. Killing them. LaShawn said Island is lame. Alright, King Pixel. Alright, let's get into this USB-C article, y'all. I had it up here for a minute. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, make a long story short, you had a couple members of Apple staff go on an interview with the Wall Street Journal, Miss Joanna Stern. Here's the actual clip. I don't want to actually play the clip. I'm not sure how they are with copyright and stuff, but I'll give you the gist. You know, long story short, this is the gist of the point that I want to get across, right? So, oh, just clicked out of it. Timeout. Oh, it brought me to the tweet. My bad. Okay. Highlight that. So pretty much this is the gist. We will have to comply with the EU's law, but it would have been better to not have a government be that prescriptive. So kind of the point of what Joss is trying to get across is, while, and of course they mind going to USB-C, because if they had the choice, they would not go USB-C. We all know that. We all can agree with that. But what he's saying is that it kind of stinks to have the government come in and mandate it. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I know everybody else is like, look, I don't care. I'm happy we got USB-C, and I am for the most part in that ballpark. Someone I follow on Twitter, I'm not, let me see if I could find real quick since I got Twitter pulled up here. Yeah, you guys can't see it. Sean Milford, someone I met on Twitter. He put out a tweet, and me and him were kind of talking back and forth, and he offered a really dope perspective, right? So the perspective that he gave was, it's dope that yes, we are gonna see you know, Apple get USB-C, right? But what he said was he feels as though it's a slippery slope when you have governments mandating tech companies to do certain things. Now, for this USB decision, I think we can all universally agree this was the right move. They should have been moved over to USB-C, right? But the point that he was making was, what if it's a situation where the government mandates something that maybe isn't the best for the user, right? I can't really think of an example off the top because it's, you know, kind of out there or whatever. But I like to think of it kind of like, for those who are heavy into the Marvel movies, Captain Marvel Civil War with the Sokovia Accords, right? Where it's like you got one side of the field who believes, you know, in the whole Sokovia Accords or whatever, and then Captain America makes a very valid point. It's like, what if at some point the government tells us that we can't do something that we should, or tells us that we have to do something that we shouldn't? It's one of those situations where I feel like we're gonna have to keep an eye on this, because while yes, it is definitely dope that we're getting USB-C, but we gotta look at the full perspective. The last thing we want is for the government to be in charge of what we're allowed to have, what we're not allowed to have. We're already, again, I don't want to get too political because this is a political free streaming channel. But right, the main thing is, like I said, I want to get across is, yes, it's great that we have USB-C. I don't know anyone who's going to be mad about this decision unless they're just total Apple fanboys. You know, you already know how that goes, right? Everybody wants USB-C. Right, we just have to be careful with how we cheer the government mandating things. Is kind of all that Sean was trying to get across, right? Got a little bit of hate. People weren't really understanding what he was saying, but I caught it, and I was like, you know what? That's a valid perspective. So I really like that perspective, and like I said, while I am glad that, you know, we are getting USB-C, I also want to make sure that we're also paying attention to make sure, you know, that the government may not mandate something that doesn't benefit us as users, right? So it's something to think about. Ron, I really pray that they add split screen in some form of function to the iPhone next year, dude. It's been on my wish list since like iOS 7, I think. Like, I've always wanted them to have split screen, and I know it's a super niche feature that a lot of people don't use, but it comes in so much handy. It's clutch, man. I love it, dude. It's truly one of those features that I feel like a lot of, kind of like how widgets were on Android, where widgets have been on Android for a while and they've been great, right? But of course, Apple came and brought widgets, and now there's this whole new resurfacing of hype and interest in widgets because now Apple has it. So I don't know if split screen would bring about the same thing. That seems to be the running theme, but I really want at least the Pro Max and the plus size phones to get split screen multitasking. I feel like it's long overdue at this point. Oh, Mom Dukes is texting me. Sent her a picture of the kiddo's costume. But yeah, I honestly think that's long overdue, dude. Imagine USB-C iPhone being excluded. Yeah, Jason C just said that, Adichie. I really hope that they don't try no crap like that. Because like SIM tray, I don't feel like they should have done that, you know, in the way that they did either. Because all they did was just add a little plastic slot and kept it moving. They didn't even really add anything to that space, right? But I think the difference is with eSIM and SIM, they're both technically the same thing. It's just two different ways to solve the same problem. It's kind of eSIM to SIM. Whereas if they said Lightning in the States and EU gets USB-C, it's almost like Samsung with Exynos and Snapdragon, but to even a further extent, right? At least Exynos and Snapdragon in some areas there's more parity there. With Lightning and USB-C, there is no parity in my opinion. Period. USB-C is better. USB-C is better, right? So I don't see Apple doing that. I really hope that they don't do that, to be honest. But I can't see that. But we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? MPT said, for me, it's people who don't completely understand tech mandating what you can and can't do. There are things that should be standardized and still aren't, which really affects use in people's lives. Exactly, MPT. Spot on, dude. What's next? The government can mandate messaging standards or see, and that's exactly the point that Sean was making. You got to be very careful about how much you cheer and hurrah, because we're cheering and hurrahing right now because we're getting Type C. But if they say, okay, everybody from now on has to use, like Jason said, Chrome. Okay, all my Firefox users out there, y'all gonna be heated because y'all can't use Firefox no more. And, you know, and we're being pretty, like, we're overemphasizing and we're definitely going to the extreme with that. But I'm just saying, I want to give, you know, that perspective. That's what these live streams are all about, is the conversation and the perspective, man. Exactly, MPT. Imagine every phone having to use Chrome. Because I can tell you, like, I use Chrome on my Pixel devices, Samsung Internet on my Samsung devices, and I use Safari on my iPhone. I just prefer those experience on those devices. Which is what I do. But at the end of the day, I like having the choice. I like the fact that I can say, Chrome ain't getting it done today. Let me switch over to Firefox. Let me switch over and see what Pippin is doing. Let me switch over and see what, you know, Samsung Internet is doing, right? And then on iOS, I can switch over to Chrome if I want to. So I like having the option. Option is always best. MPT said, I'd take floating apps. They allow picture-in-picture for video, so just allowing apps to utilize that API for multitasking would be nice. Even a dock that pops up. Yeah, exactly, MPT. If they did the whole dock approach, shoot, I'm cool with everybody just stealing Samsung's Edge panel at this point. Just give me something, man. Give me something, dude. Give me something. Louis said, I agree. Split screen multitasking needs to be integrated into Apple. That's why I love Android. Just a bit more facts, dude. Like, those, like, powerhouse productivity features, it's really tough to beat Android with that, dude. Hey, Galen, what's up, homie? Hope everything is good with you, my guy. I mean, the EU is planning to make all messages have some form of universal backbone like RCS. See, stuff like that, like getting everybody on one accord and getting everybody on one standard, I don't necessarily have a problem with, as long as that standard is up to par. Right? If the standard's not there, then okay, we shouldn't be forcing anybody to do anything, right? So I think with that area, we're fine. And that's generally what, in my opinion, the USB-C shift is all about. It's like literally putting every manufacturer on one standard. Everything works with one cable. Like USB-C is the one cable to rule them all. Pretty sure everybody agrees with that. Galen, I highly doubt it, bro. If I can't get a foldable, pretty much an iPhone foldable, like a Z Fold 4 that runs iPadOS on the inside and iOS on the cover screen, Apple ain't doing a full-blown desktop mode. They're gonna tell you go buy an iPad, homie. As much as I don't want to tell you that, because I was literally talking on Twitter today, and somebody brought up a point, and they were like, yo, like, Apple's hardware has been fire for a while. It's just their software is, and I'm not going to say behind, right? Because I don't feel like it's necessarily behind. In all honesty, for me personally, there's just a few features they're missing that's like, I really wish they had it. But it's like they have so much potential, dude. Like, you own everything. Like, it's not like Google with Pixel where it's like, okay, we're using Samsung design and we're kind of customizing. Like, no, from the ground up, from zilch to product, you control everything. You control everything. There is no reason we shouldn't have better products from Apple. There's no reason except complacency, plateaus. They know that they're selling. They don't have to do much. So it's like, bro, there's so much untapped potential. So much untapped potential. They just put DaVinci Resolve on the iPad. Imagine shooting, you know, with your 1 terabyte iPhone Fold, shooting full ProRes video, opening your foldable and loading all of that into DaVinci and editing right there with Apple Pencil support on your Fold. Apple will never do that, but just think of how beast that would be. Everybody always talks about that the iPhone is the content creator's phone. Okay, make Apple do more with the content creator's phone. It's one thing for it to be great with social media and great for TikTok and all that other stuff. That's whatever, dude. Now it's time to start making these products do more. Do more, do more, do more, do more, man. Do more. It's like, oh man, I firmly believe Apple can do that after how many hoops. Oh, that's a good point too, indeed. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Just said I'll have to migrate to Firefox. Yeah. Oh, Stage Manager in iOS. I don't know. From what I've seen about the way that the UI looks on iPad, I don't know if that would work on like a Pro Max size screen, in all honesty, man. If they're gonna do like split screen or like floating apps, I'd really love for them to steal Samsung's implementation. Just give me a little transparent bar on the little side, make it transparent. I could just pull out, boom. Or they could turn reachability into split screen multitasking. Whatever app, is going to be on the bottom, use reachability. So swipe down. And then when you swipe down, all that blank space, all of your applications load up there. Click one, split screen. Bam. Done. Add a little context menu when you click the middle of the split screen, like on Samsung. That way you can switch between different apps and save pairs and do all of that stuff. Apple could have been did that, dude. Could have been did that. Hey, Sean, what's going on, homie? I hope everything is good with you, my guy. Hey, what's going on, homie? Hope everything is good with you as well. Didn't see you sneak in like a ninja. Said the main reason why EU forced Apple is because there have been complaints from millions of users for years now. So it's actually indirectly the European users that made Apple do this. That's what's up. At least, what I will say though is at least the EU's government is looking out. Because we've been complaining about this iMessage and RCS and all this messaging communication crap for years at this point. And the US, we still ain't did nothing. So, no. 16-inch iPad. I'm trying to think of how to say this without being a Debbie Downer on it. Because I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. But I think iPads have some of the best hardware on a product that I've seen. Like, period. Like, iPad Pros are fantastically built. They're great products, but like everything else, the software holds it back. What do I need a 16-inch iPad for if it's gonna do the same crap that the 11-inch iPad Pro does? Like, they need to do more. Apple, your software needs to do more. Your hardware looks great. Nobody's complaining about the hardware on the MacBooks, and macOS is fine. Nobody's really complaining about the hardware on an iPhone. It still feels premium. It's dope. Even with the punch hole and notches, it's dope overall. We want the software to do more. Point blank, period. Do you think we will get 40-watt charging via USB-C now? Galen, nah. I would be very surprised if they up charging speeds, bro. In all honesty, what I would like for them to do is throw in a bigger battery into the 15, well, I'm not going to call it Pro Max. We'll just call it the 15 Ultra because they're throwing around this Ultra name now. Throw in bigger battery because they're going to have to make the device thicker for the periscope camera anyway. So all that extra space, throw in more battery, increase the charging speed. What are they at now? Like 20 watts, 25 watts? I mean, if they did make the jump to 40, I would be cool with it. I would cut them some slack until say like the following year. Then I'm gonna say, okay, I want 65. But yeah. I don't know if I see them upping charging. If I'm being honest. We will add USB-C on iPhone and increase the price by another 100 pounds. Yo, facts. Because you better believe that 15 Ultra. They definitely gonna up the price on that bad boy. I'm not gonna sit here and talk trash like I'm not gonna buy it. Periscope zoom, USB-C, and potentially if they make it, bigger battery. Oh, my pre-order's already in. My pre-order's already in. I've been waiting forever for the iPhone to get Periscope zoom. The things that really stop me from moving into an iOS device like full time, like never touching another Android device, is a lack of split screen multitasking, no periscope lens, and some of the camera processing choices are just not it. If they literally changed their camera processing, added the periscope lens, USB-C, and a bigger battery, because always on display kind of, you know, takes away some of the battery, I'm on. I'm on board. I'm on board. I don't know if I could 100% switch just because I just love playing with everything on the market, but yeah, that would be it, son. That would be it. 12.9 is pretty hefty. Like I have a 12.9 2018 Pro, and it is pretty hefty. It is pretty hefty. But I wouldn't be surprised if Apple did it to compete with the Tab S8 Ultra. But I still think even if Apple in iPadOS's current state, if they even dropped a 16-inch, I still think the Tab S8 Ultra would be, from a productivity standpoint, and this is just my opinion, the Tab S8 Ultra would be a better tablet. Still. Imagine App Library being when you swipe up. Have the first row be your dock, and then if you keep swiping up, it goes to all apps. Swipe a little to app switcher, further to dock, and then to app library. That's interesting. I never thought about that, MPT. Like move the app library to like kind of like Android where you kind of swipe up, but it would be a little bit different, obviously. But yeah, I could get on board with that, dude. You tried community camera, had me download OBS. I use OBS, Ace. I'm not sure what community camera is, but let me know what's up. I know MPT saying it's great. Does it work on Mac and Windows, or is it only on Mac? Jason C, they better not do that nonsense. Urban Fire, you right. You right, dog. You right. He said there's no way you would never touch an Android phone. Yo, you right. You right. You right. Oh, you're talking about the feature where you put, okay, I got you, Ace. Yeah. Okay. I saw someone bought one of the Belkin clips for that. Yeah, dude, that feature does look dope. And the guy that tested it, and I was following his tweets on Twitter, he said it was really great, really great quality. He said that his girlfriend video called him and she was astounded by how good it looked. I mean, you are using the main rear camera on your iPhone, and we already know for video, Apple is still, in my opinion, king in most areas. I won't say in all areas, but they're still king, I would say, overall in terms of smartphone video. No, you're good. I just misunderstood what you meant. You're good, homie. Hey, Tech Loving Mama's in the building. What's up? Hope everything is good with you. Brad said, I wonder if the biggest reason the iPhone doesn't have a periscope lens yet is because they're trying to make it do that smooth, seamless switch. And that is hard, dude. Like, no one that has a periscope camera has been able to like get the lenses to seamlessly smooth or seamlessly switch, that have never been able to get them to switch as seamlessly. Good God, words are hard. As seamlessly as what I've seen so far on the 14 Pro Max from samples. It definitely looks really smooth. I would say Pixel is close. Where Pixel falters when you're switching lenses is when you punch into your 5X, because it always takes that half second and it snaps into place. So I know Google's hopeful. Well, I won't say I know. I hope that they're working on that, but I know that's a really hard problem to solve. Like, it's a really hard problem to solve. So we'll see what happens. I mean, the 10th gen iPad has USB-C, but at USB 2.0 speeds. That's a good point, Umar. I hope they don't do that too. I hope, like, since they have to move to USB-C, they don't try to be spiteful and give the slow speeds. Give the fastest speed you can, especially on the iPhone 15 Ultra or whatever they're calling it. Like, bro, this is like your first quote unquote Ultra device. Apple, y'all better go all in. Like, I want them to go all in on this phone, because this is supposed to be like, if it's an Ultra, this is your cream of the crop. Like, when I hear Samsung Ultra, I'm thinking like the latest and greatest tech that Samsung has to offer, right? And they don't necessarily meet every criteria with that, you know, moniker, but I can definitely say it literally has the best battery of any Samsung phone, the best cameras of any Samsung phone, best build of pretty much every Samsung S phone. Foldables is in a different category, but yeah, if they're gonna do Ultra, I want them to really go all out for that Ultra moniker. That would be a good use for it. 16-inch sidecar, that would be dope. I use my 12-point-inch right now for sidecar, and it works great. I love sidecar. I didn't think about that continuity camera being wireless and native to iOS and Mac. How seamless is it? I could definitely see myself using that to record video. So Jason on Twitter, Galen. I know for a fact you follow Jason. He's been using it with his 13 Pro, and bro, he's been talking about because like he video calls his girl, and he's been like, bro, it's and he's like huge on Pixel. He loves Pixel, but he's saying that is a feature that is fire. That is fire. And I want to say like they've even built support for that into say like live streaming applications. So for I forget what the live streaming app is called, and it's only for Mac. I was using it for a little bit. It kind of reminds me of OBS, but it almost looks like it was built natively into Mac OS. But like they've even added support for it. So like you can use your iPhone. I think you can even tap into it for StreamYard. You can use your iPhone's rear camera and get that beautiful 4K video out. I mean, obviously it's gonna be downscaled to 1080p, but yeah, it would look clean, dude. It would look dope. I'm definitely thinking about trying it out maybe on a live stream, like maybe host a live stream from the MacBook instead of from the Windows PC, and trying it out and seeing how it turns out. I would have to set that up though. If I were a betting man, the rumor iPhone to receive Periscope in 2023 is going to have full optical zoom between X and X times instead of the hardware sensor crop. Genosis, I've been thinking this too, dog. I've been thinking this too. I have been thinking this too. A lot of people are thinking that they're gonna try to just keep the 2x like a digital crop on the main sensor and then go 5x for everything else. I think Apple's gonna try to do is just gonna try to use what Sony's doing, where you go in optical from 2x to maybe like if they could push everything from 2x to 5x is optical. Oh, that would be sweet. That would be so sweet. That would be so sweet. And then they just kind of do like a Google Super Res Zoom for everything past 5x. Oh yeah, that would be it right there. I would love it. I would love it. Oh, MPT explains it here, Galen. It said once you set it up, it's been like just opening the software and selecting your phone. Native apps will default to it. I've used it a couple times for live streams. Oh, dope. So MPT is already there. For shout. Didn't do it this year, which I'm guessing Apple brought up the manufacturing for 2023. Yep, can't outrun physics, homie. Is Android DC Comics or is Marvel Apple? That one's tough. Because I want to say Apple's DC because DC has historically been super stubborn about bringing certain things out. But at the same time, Apple isn't failing. I feel like DC's kind of failing right now. So that's a really tough analogy. I don't know, Urban Fire. Let me know what you think. I know you were talking about grabbing one, Galen. Go grab you like a 14, like a base file, like a base model 14 or something, dog. I'm pretty sure it works with that too. You know, I don't even think you need to have the latest and greatest. You could probably catch like a 13 Pro or a 13 Pro Max for a really good deal right now, man. Possibly. I know some people are hanging on to theirs. He said Android is Marvel. Okay. Oh, that's what's up. I didn't know that, Umar. That's fire. Ecamm, that's what it is, Galen. Yep, Ecamm, I think already has, if I'm not mistaken, they already have support for it. So like you can you can stream in 4K with Ecamm, well, if your internet supports it, but you can stream in 4K using the rear facing camera on your iPhone. Oh, so he's not, okay, I get what you're saying, Genosis. I'm not sure if, so Umar, what Genosis is talking about is, say for example, with Sony's implementation, it'll be just like you said here, continuous optical zoom. So you got your 1x, you punch into 2x, which will be optical. Your 3x, 4x, and 5x will all be optical as well. Like it'll all be optical as well, and then everything after 5x will be digital hybrid, or hybrid optical, digital hybrid, whatever. But that's kind of what Genosis is talking about. And I do like what I've seen with Sony doing that. I don't know if they'll go that far now, Genosis. 3x to 10x, like that's a lot, bro. Because like on that, doesn't the lens have to like physically move forward? Well, in this case, it would be sideways in the phone. Like the lens would have to be moving like this, right? Like, can Apple do 3x to 10x, man? Like, I don't know, dog. I don't know. That's something to think about. It would be dope if they could, though. Like, I'd be super on board. Super on board. Hollywood betrays DC because their animated movies are so underrated, bro. I love DC's. I love their animated movies. Their live action movies, there's been a couple that's been good, but for the most part, pretty trash. Pretty trash. Yeah, you don't use Mac OS, LaShawn, so you'll never know what's up with you'll never know what's up with Ecamm. If I was gonna stay on Mac OS like fully, like desktop and laptop, I would move over to Ecamm 100%. Ecamm was fire when I used it. I loved it. Loved it. Sony is rumored too, but man, that's crazy. Sony's rumored to go 3x to 10x? That's interesting. That's fire. Can't wait to see what's up with that. All right, let's go ahead. We got a few minutes. We might go a little bit over. I'm going to go ahead and share screen again, and we're just going to quickly talk about what's going on with One UI 5. One UI 5. So I did, excuse me, had the hip ups. So I did bring in some devices. Let me switch over to this one. I did bring over some devices to kind of illustrate what I'm talking about, because you know I'm going to talk about animations. So here's some of like the tentpole things that the stable release brings. Now there is quite a bit here. I'm obviously not going to go through it all. Here's some of like the main highlights. So you obviously got your stackable widgets, better Samsung Privacy Hub, new notifications UI, recognize text anywhere, new multitasking gestures, pro mode camera helpers, my bad. Note taking during calls, better accessibility options. So like I said, these are just some of like the tentpole features, but what I really want to talk about, man, is the animations. They are so good. They're still a little bit behind, but I can see them starting to catch up for sure. This should be out if you're on, I want to say even the carrier S22s are already getting stable One UI 5. I have an unlocked model and I already have it on mine. So if you have an unlocked model, hit that update button and go ahead and check it on out. Let's go ahead and switch over to the top down with the reaction. And I got my trusty Pixel 7 Pro. Give me 1 second. Let me throw on Do Not Disturb. Okay, there we go. Matter of fact, I'll clear these out too. All right. And then I'll bring in the iPhone. My 13 Pro, which will soon be a 14 Pro Max. Let me turn that brightness down. And we're going to bring in the S22. Oh, I got adaptive brightness on. That's why. Oh, that's a little too dark. Let's go there. All right, there we go. So I just want to show you guys some of the animations, man, between the three. So iOS, in my opinion, I still would say is probably the most fluid out of the three. So definitely fluid. Let's tap into Spotify and you'll just see animations are super fluid. Not the fastest, but absolute butter. I'm personally a fan. Pixel, you got fast animations. Not as fluid, but fast. So depending on your opinion, what you like better. Opening, closing. Oh. Now got One UI 5. This is stable. Let me actually let that load first. My bad. All right. So you can see, pretty similar to Pixel. Now again, this is nothing, concrete. I still do think in terms of overall, Pixel is for sure still, a bit faster and just a bit more, I'll say, stable when it comes to animations. Like, you can have good animations, but sometimes they kind of break down a bit. That's where Samsung is right now. And that's why I still would give Google the lead in terms of like having nice fluid animations, but also fast, right? And then iOS is just over here in super fluidity land. But the animations are still, for the most part, quick, just more so fluid. Apple's focusing on fluidity. Let me bring that over. Your UI to actually switch between your widgets, that's obviously going to be a lot smoother as well. Now, actioning stackable widgets is a lot better as well too. The implementation that they use, I really like. So you press and hold and you get this button that says edit stack. You can edit your stack. You got these two here, add another one, all from this one screen. Whereas before, it was a pain in the butt to try to do stackable widgets, but super, super dope. Like I said, I'm not going to go through every feature, but I just wanted to show you guys them animations, man. Y'all know how I am about my animations. Was reading up on my Brittany Griner news. I'm keeping up with what's going on with her. Pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. All right. All right, so yeah, pretty smooth. Really, really feeling them. I like what Samsung is doing with One UI 5. One UI 5 is definitely what Android 13 was for the Pixel, where it's like Android 13 didn't really add anything super new or revolutionary. It just polished the hell out of Android. That's what One UI 5 is. It just polished One UI 5, or just polished One UI. They still got some work to do. I still, obviously see some frame drops and stuff here and there, but this, if it would have shipped with this, oh, I would have been good with this. Still got some shutter lag, but they're working on that apparently with this new feature and this camera assistant thing. But don't use it right now. It degrades the crap out of your photo quality for sure. John Williams, what's up, man? He said, how do I always get to these streams towards the end? It's all good, man. It happens. You can catch the replay. Flip 4 and Fold 5 are on One UI beta, but I got the November 1st update for both today as well. Yeah, NPT, yours is the unlocked model, I think, right? Genosa said, I mean, why would Apple go as far as 5X optical when the current 5X hybrid is virtually the same as the 7 Pro's pure optical? You're talking about 5X digital on the iPhone is as good as 7 Pro's pure optical? I don't have a 14 Pro series yet, but I'm definitely gonna have to test that one for sure. Oh, nice, Urban Fire. Yo, he just went Samsung all in. He said he just bought an S22 Ultra and a Z Fold 4. Say less. All right, we're gonna get through these last few comments and we'll go ahead and wrap it on up. This is the best Pixel to me since the OG. Yeah, this is definitely my best experience with the Pixel for sure. Bradley said the speed of iOS animations make it look that fluid. It's a nice visual trick. Exactly. And like I said, as long as and the thing that I noticed too, like even with Pixel, your animations aren't always like pinpoint, smooth, fluid, perfect every single time. It's super rare for it to happen, but I find with iOS, they're always that same level of fluid. It might not be the fastest, but they are still always going to be that level of fluid. Oh, no problem, Ace. Thanks for coming through, man. Thanks for coming through. I really do. Like sometimes I'll just be sitting at my desk and I'll just be flipping animations on and off while I'm listening to something for work. So I do. I really do. I really do. Because like animations has always been a big point in Apple software, and I've predominantly always been an iOS or Apple user, so I got used to that. So when I did finally start making that switch to, my Android devices, it was something I noticed immediately. And to this day, there's very few phones that are on the Pixel and the iPhone's level when it comes to animations, yo. Give me a phone with the Pixel 7 Pro, 120 hertz, 0x animation, and iPhone RAM management. Hey, give it to him. He's asking for it. Yep, he said he has the unlocked model. Nice, nice. iOS animations are like the bullet time in the Matrix. Yo, facts. They're definitely slow, but they will always be fluid. Nice. Yo, appreciate that, Urban. Say you're a great speaker, Youngblood. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I literally talk pretty much all day at work. I'm a trainer for the most part, training supervisor. Now they moved us over to training. Like it. Like I said, it's definitely a nice change of pace, but yeah, definitely change it up. I'm pretty much talking all the time, so kind of get that practice, right? Yo, James Bub, what's going on? He said, I returned my Pixel 7 Pro. The battery life was horrible. Hey, well, I'm glad that you returned it, man, and you didn't stick with something that doesn't work for you. At the end of the day, dude, it's all about finding what's going to work best for you and rocking with that. Whether it's a Pixel, a Samsung, or an iPhone, or a Xiaomi. Pick whatever you want, dog, and if it works for you, right on out. You will get no debate or argument from me. I just look up camera comparisons between the 14 Pro versus 7 Pro if you don't want to get the 14 Pro series. Oh no, I already have a 14 Pro Max ordered. It should be here tomorrow, Genosis. Only reason I said I'm gonna test it when I get it is just because I see pictures taken by certain people on iPhones, and my pictures never come out that good, bro. I don't know what it is. I'm probably just bad at taking photos. I'll own that. But I have taken some really beautiful shots on an iPhone, though. I will say that. It just doesn't happen as often, yo. Hey, Urban Fire, facts, dog. You said life is short. Everybody have fun. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up on that comment. Can't get any better than that. We're going to drop the mic on that bad boy. But so we do have Eric Easy E. I think he's either streaming or he's doing like a premiere over on his end. So we're all going to rate him. After him, we got TK Bay and Juan Carlos Bagnell with Best of Our Week. It's normally around 11:15. Definitely check them out. If it's not tonight, it'll be sometime tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, we do have Tech Valor going live at 8 p.m. sharp. So make sure y'all go over there and show her some love. Followed by the homie. Y'all already know him. AKA, holla at your boy, AKA LaShawn, will be going live with Open Mic Night. Make sure y'all are there. Everybody's going to be there having a good time. So we're going to go ahead and end out with there. I know Slang is most likely streaming Saturday night. Everybody go show him some love. El Jefe will be Sunday. We'll show him some love as well. And y'all already know, Monday we got T, Tuesday we got GG. Wow, Wednesday we got Wired Wednesday, and then you're back here on Thursday night. So with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Thank y'all so much for the love, for the support, for dealing with my tardiness this evening. So that being said, you already know, as always, this is Ike's Tech Talk. I'll catch you all in the next live stream. Have a good evening, party people. I'm going to go watch the game. Peace.